It's a beautiful Monday morning. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. I'm Veronica Dan Ikboy. Joining me this morning is Kemi Folademo. Kemi.
Right. Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
And it's good to see you too.
It's a new week, and
Right.
a lot of issues coming up. Yes, tomorrow
Indeed.
is October the 1st.
Nigeria at 64.
Anniversary, and we'll be having conversations around that. But then there's also the October the 1st
Protests on the other hand.
Those are not part of our conversations today. I'm just talking
You
about
know
the week.
how the week is going to be,
It's going to
the
look
build
like.
up to October the 1st, right?
But then today we are going to be looking at corruption cases. It seems corruption is the major focus of our conversation
Indeed.
today. The matter of an alleged 27 billion naira, that was stolen, according to the EFCC, by a former governor. And then the matter of Bobrisky versus the EFCC versus every other person involved in his case. Those are the major issues we'll be looking at this morning. But first, let's begin with this story, where a devastating incident occurred at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library Zoo in Abeokuta, Ogun State. A 35-year-old zoo worker, Babaji Dole, was killed by a lion. According to spokesperson for the Ogun State Police Command, Omolola Odutola, the Bauchi state-born lion handler forgot to secure the lion's enclosure before feeding it, allowing the lion to escape and attack him. The handler's negligence proved fatal as the lion inflicted severe neck injuries leading to his death. Authorities have since deposited the victim's body in the Ijai General Hospital mortuary, and the lion was shot to release its grip on the handler. This heartbreaking incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of adhering to safety protocols when interacting with wild animals. May the soul of the handler rest in peace.
Amen.
This reminds me of an incident we had earlier this year at the OAU Zoo, where the handler was, feeding the wild cat, and then he was attacked by the lion at the school's zoo. And that one was a veterinary technologist, according to reports. Unfortunately, he too died, in that incident. And it brings to mind how we handle wild cats and animals like this. Yes, we know there was a case of negligence, but not making excuse for the dead, because sometimes we get negligent in the line of duty. But then it means that we need to be alert when you're handling these cases. Because I just wonder how South Africans are able to manage, these wild cats so well that you look at them not being, endangered by extinction. These people even mingle with them. There's a particular guy I follow on social media who handles them, feeds them, even though they injure him here and there, but they are friends with him. And I'm wondering, what do they do differently that we are not adopting?
It's such an unfortunate story. I wish it was a story, but apparently it's a story somehow. But it's real. It's something that happened right under our noses, and it's such an unfortunate one. You could also say maybe needless, but then another school of thought would say this is yet another reminder that wild animals are just not built to be imprisoned, so to speak, as in this is wild. The lion is first and foremost a wild animal. So when you now say you want to, for the purpose of, is it for recreation or entertainment or any other reason, like, why a zoo is constructed in the first place, for members of the public to come and, look at them and gaze at them, that may not exactly be in their DNA. And yes, the issue of it's a dangerous job, of all jobs to do, to say you want to handle an animal, a wild animal for that matter. It's a very dangerous job, and one would have, expected that it's easy to expect that perhaps, managing a wild animal, you've been with that animal maybe when he was a baby, when it was a baby or something like that, up to that point. So for him to have thought of opening the door, maybe he felt the gate rather, maybe he felt that he's so familiar with it, he's already playing with it, like the example you gave. But it's just another reminder on how very dangerous,
animals remain animals.
They remain animals, and whether you're a handler, there are still some basic safety guidelines, measures that you really need to take, and never get too comfortable with a wild animal.
I think that's the message here. No matter what you do, ensure that the protocols involved in your job, but not necessarily just at the zoo, but whatever job you're doing, because it could put you at a risk. And that's what we saw here. Unfortunately, he passed. He succumbed to the injuries he, gained. But then he wanted to feed him with flesh and all of it. But then the animal decided to choose something else as against what he was to be fed with. One wonders, perhaps, what the state of the wild cat is, as it is. Is it that he's been going through a lot and wasn't properly taken care of? I recall that when the incident of the OAU happened, there were talks about it's time to release these animals into their habitat if we cannot take care of them as we should, such that they begin to attack their handlers. Because like you rightly pointed, these animals should have gotten used to you by now. So if this happens, then something went wrong in between. We'll leave the conversation here now.